If you can understand this video, then you can understand real British English. Yes, today I'm going to take you on an adventure around Japan. So first we'll get some coffee, then buy a skateboard, then go and see lots of deer. After that we'll test out the skateboard before wrapping things up with some deep reflection. So the speaking in this video is completely unscripted and at a very natural pace. And you will also see some useful vocabulary pop up on the screen as well, which will be included in a completely free PDF, and the link to that is in the top comment. Enjoy. Okay, so as mentioned, we are going skateboarding today, which is very exciting, but it also gives me two things to talk about. So firstly, I am wearing some new shoes that I bought specifically for this day, some actual skateboarding shoes, and I can't really show you. I'll put a photo on the screen, but they are so comfortable. Every step is like, it's like my feet are in a cushion right now. It's amazing. And having worn the same pair of loafers for the past 4 months every single day, this makes a very nice change of pace. And secondly, I am completely lost because I'm trying to find the skateboard shop that I went to like 2-3 months ago. I know it's around this area somewhere, but not too sure where exactly. I'm also not too sure why I just bit my lip like that in a very seductive way, but here we are. So okay, we need to find this place. Hello. ありがとうございます。美味しい？美味しい。軽い。ライトカフェ。めっちゃ美味しい。ありがとうございます。またベーグルよろしくお願いします。ニューヨークベーグルお願いします。ありがとうございます。ありがとうございます。Okay, so I did promise you all that I would order a coffee in Japanese, but I kind of forgot that I'm a world famous celebrity. So obviously when you get to my level of fame, you don't even really need to order coffee or pay for it for that matter. You just walk around and eventually someone will just give you a cup for free, and that's exactly what happened. So unfortunately I was unable to deliver on that promise, but I did give you mere mortals a taste of what it's like to be, you know, as I say, a world famous celebrity. So yeah, I guess you can use that as your inspiration or, you know, something like that. Cool. Yes, very inspiring indeed. Anyway, for the first time in 13 years, we are stepping foot in a skateboard shop, and we actually went for this one here. It was a kid's skateboard, apparently, but it was the cheapest option there, so that's where we ended up purchasing it, because I do fully expect it to break within a few days anyway. When I was skating before, I was about 13 to 15 years old, which means that I was about 5'5". I am now quite a bit taller and weigh substantially more as well, so I don't really expect the skateboards to be as robust as they were back in the day. Anyway, we have now arrived at Nara Park, and of course it's very important that I show you all what I'm going to be eating during today's trip. So I don't even think we need that much commentary for this part. I might just let you enjoy the beautiful 7-Eleven background music. Lovely. Yeah, I didn't realize they had the 1 litre bottle, so that's why I put the two 500 milliliter ones back. We got the protein chocolate bar, of course. Went for the egg sandwich, and then I, well, instantly took it back because I remembered from the previous video last week that it got squished beyond all recognition in my bag, so I went for a bit more of a sturdy one in the end. This triangle thing, you know, to get into the Japanese spirit. And this is it. So 2 of the same sandwiches, ham salad, the chocolate protein bar, the triangle thing, and a bottle of water. Okay, so we're starting to see the deer now, and we're met with our first warning. They can bite, kick, butt, or knock down. But there's nothing about robbery in there, which, you know, maybe I should have reported it, because there should be a sign. If you watched my previous video, you know what I'm talking about, but I was robbed by a gang of deer. And if you didn't know, the plural for deer is deer. So there is 1 deer, there are 2 deer, 4 deer. Sounds wrong, but yeah, it is what it is. You know, we have to ensure that English is nice and confusing for you. 2 cats, you add an S. 2 deer, you don't add anything. Yeah, so to be honest, I'm kind of just waiting for the perfect opportunity to bust out the skateboard. It definitely isn't here. We need to get away from people and away from deer as well. We'll get there, don't worry. I didn't bring this for nothing. We'll get there, all in good time. All in good time. There are 2 of them now. Should I be worried? Hey, okay, they're getting a bit close. It's happened again. They're trying to rob me again. I was just sat here, chilling on my skateboard, eating lunch, and these 2 thieves come up, disrupt my peace, and try to rob me again. What, bro? They're very cute, but they're far too close. Okay, so let me give you a quick update. As you saw from the footage, I got into the park and I became slightly overwhelmed with the vast number of deer here. So I decided to find a nice quiet area and have my lunch. I had one of the sandwiches, I had the protein bar, it was all very nice. And whilst I was eating it, not 1 but 2 deer came up and got extremely close to me, uncomfortably close to me. They've gone now, I'm still in the same place. I had to stand up and then they tried to rob me. I'm not even joking, they genuinely tried to go into my bag once again. There are no crackers in there, my friends. But I sat back down, they've kind of left as you can tell. So yeah, I need to find the route we're going to take. I need to do some skateboarding. A few more things to tick off the list before we're ready to leave, but these deer, they're very, very feisty. I think it's mating season, so I need to be careful. Okay, so they like to eat crackers. Let's see if they like to eat tree as well. They do, kind of. Okay, so we've found a nice secluded route. We're shrouded with trees, and there are still deer in between they're everywhere. They're absolutely everywhere. I feel that's probably quite obvious by now, but just to confirm, there are deer everywhere. Anyway, we're heading to a huge park, which is always nice, and as mentioned earlier, I feel like the happier deer will be through here. But the problem is, and this is of course a good problem to have, when you go to a new area, it can be a city or a big, like some nature or a shrine, anything like that, where it's physically big, right? And you know that there are quite a few parts of it that you'd like to explore, and you don't want to miss out on anything. There are too many different routes, I feel. So like here, for example, I was just walking and there were like 3 different routes, kind of somewhat adjacent to each other, but I could have gone this way and curved off to the left a bit, could have gone that way and gone to the right a bit, or I could have gone the way that I decided to go here. And it's like you get the decision fatigue and you're almost worried that you're overthinking it a bit. Like, oh, is this the right way to go? Should I have gone this way? Would I have been happier if I'd gone the other way? It's all just a metaphor for life, really, you know? Anyway, we're going this way. I think this is the right choice. It's the choice I've made and we're going to stick with it. Let's go. You know, there's one thing that I am jealous of, and that is that woman's sun umbrella. Because we don't even really use umbrellas in the UK when it's raining, which might be surprising to some of you. But to be honest with you, even when it is chucking it down in the UK, as it very often is, you will rarely see people use umbrellas, especially younger people and especially guys. So if you're going to be using an umbrella, it's likely to be someone a bit older or maybe a woman. I feel like they're a bit more sensible, a lot more sensible, so they're likely to actually bring an umbrella. So when you saw my 7-Eleven shop, you may have been thinking, wow, that was very abstemious of you, Dylan. You didn't really push the boat out that much. You got a couple of sandwiches, of course, but only one protein bar. Last time you got this matcha cake as well, and these nuts and all of these things. True. Firstly, I've eaten almost all of the food, so I kind of regret not buying more. And secondly, the reason I didn't is because I knew that there's a deer right here. The reason... trying to rob me again. And secondly, the reason I didn't is because I knew for a fact that I'm definitely going to buy an ice cream later. I'm so excited for that. So last time I had 2 ice creams. We'll see. I'm definitely going to get one, and I feel as if this isn't going to be quite as arduous as the previous video. In the previous one I was walking for about 4 to 5 hours. I think this will be a bit more chill, so maybe I can only justify the 1 ice cream, but you never know. Never limit yourself, you know. Okay, so here we're just walking around the park, and you know what, as I was filming this video, I did come to the conclusion that deer are actually my favorite animals now. Yeah, because they're just so graceful, and I'm still a bit hesitant to touch them, to be honest, but they're so graceful and elegant and sweet and cute and nice and very respectful as well. So you may have already seen in the footage, but these deer will actually bow to you. So I think this is the perfect example. So the deer bowed to me first, and then I bowed back to him. It's all very civilized, I would say. Yes. And here I was completely lost. I was just ambling around, bumping into various bowing deer. But, you know, there are worse ways to spend a Tuesday afternoon. But they're just so sweet. And, yeah, I'm going to have to say that deer are officially my favorite animals now. And by the end of this video, you may well be feeling the same way as well. So I do forgive them for their previous crimes of trying to rob me, you know. And yeah, this one was a bit intimidating, actually. It was kind of like walking up to a club and seeing the bouncer there just staring at you and assessing your every movement. And the same thing happened there as well. And this is the sign that I was talking about earlier. So beware of the male deer. Basically, it's mating season, so the male deer are feisty. And it's true. And if someone or something is feisty, it means it's very lively and determined or courageous, quite bold. So it's likely to take some slightly erratic action, I would say. Right, we're making our way back to the original spot, so I'll pass it over to past Dylan again. Okay, so we're back here where we started. You know, that's the museum we were talking about earlier. Over there is where I was having my first lunch of the day. And I was a bit worried, to be honest, slightly disappointed, because we were walking around the actual park for quite a while and we got quite deep inside. But I just couldn't find, I felt like I wasn't really able to find any spots that I was looking for that I remembered from the last time I was here. So I was a bit discouraged, but I'm also very tired. It's about 6 p.m. now. The caffeine in my system from earlier has disappeared, but it's all good. It's all good because, well, firstly, I just looked at a sign then, and there was one place in particular I really want to go to. It was a pond, and it's really, really beautiful. And that's what I was looking for. That's the main thing I was looking for, to be honest with you. A pond and somewhere to skate. We haven't found somewhere to skate yet, but we'll get to that later, don't worry. But apparently, the pond I'm looking for is actually down there. So if that's true, then that is the video saved, because this place is so aesthetic. So we're going to go down there. We haven't had an ice cream yet, which is also quite disappointing, but it's all good. These things happen. You know what? I'm gonna flip the camera, I think. Give me 2 seconds. Here we are, yeah. So no ice cream as of yet, and all of the ice cream shops that we saw earlier are shut. So I'm hoping that we can bump into a vending machine or two, you know, the one from last week's video. But basically, we should be able to go to this pond now, and I can show you the footage there. And if we can do that, then I'm content. I'm happy. I feel as if I've shown you the best of Nara Deer Park that way. And all we need to do after that is find somewhere to skate. And for that, we may have to hit the streets of Nara. Yes, not the Deer Park, the actual streets. So let's just see what happens. This day has been extremely spontaneous, so hopefully we can continue that way. Okay, so I am pretty certain that we're going the right way, so I'll be able to show you the pond soon, don't worry. Anyway, it's a Tuesday today, and that means that I'm in the very common, slightly undesirable situation where I basically send a newsletter every Tuesday, and it's 6 p.m. now. I don't really know what I'm going to talk about in this one. Thankfully, because of the time difference, I'm in Japan, so it's 8 hours ahead, so it's only 10 a.m. in the UK, which means I don't have to send it till about midnight here is absolutely fine, so I've got time. And with the newsletters, there are basically two routes I can go down. Firstly, I can include loads of photos, and that will be me basically going through my camera roll, and I might tell you about my weekend. So I'll include a photo saying this is what I did this weekend, this is me at the gym, this is me having breakfast, this is me at the art museum, this is me having lunch, blah, 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 blah. And I do some witty captions, and that's good. You know, it's relatively easy to write and it's very visually pleasing. But the problem is, if you include loads of photos, Gmail sometimes marks it as spam. So that means that it's more likely to go into the promotions tab, which basically means that fewer people open it, which, you know, we don't want that, do we? So the other option, and this is something that I have been enjoying lately as well, and that's just to pretty much just have text only. So for example, last week I spoke about the Dartmouth SCAR experiment, which is, I'll give you a very, very quick overview. Group of scientists decided to do an experiment. They got people in, they drew a gruesome scar on their faces, they sent them out to interview someone. Right before they went out, they removed the scar but didn't tell them, and then the people who were having the interview came back, and the scientists said, how was it? And the people said, they all said pretty much the same things. Oh, it was horrible, they wouldn't stop looking at the scar, I felt like they were treating me unfairly, I felt so self-conscious, blah, 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 blah. They then said, okay, look in the mirror, and they looked in the mirror and they saw that the scar they had removed it. So basically they thought they had this scar on their face, but they didn't. It was removed at the last minute. So it's all about how, when you believe something, it influences how you actually act, and therefore it influences how people treat you. Okay? That was last week. And I did one a couple of weeks before about J.K. Rowling and her struggle as an author, because, yeah, I mean, she was going through a very rough patch when she wrote Harry Potter, and it was rejected by, I think, maybe 13 different publishers, and she was a single parent, depressed, writing in a cafe, extremely poor, and then eventually it got accepted, and then went on to make like 200 billion pounds in revenue or something like that, which is just absurd. Anyway, those are just the thoughts I'm having. But we're here. This is I'll show you it properly in a minute, but this is where we need to get to. I need an ice cream. Yes, we found it. So last time I had this one and this one. They were both so nice. So, what should I go for? More of the same? 1, 2? Only time will tell. No. No. Okay, so basically we went for a chocolate ice cream. and I have 400 more yen here, so I'm gonna go and get another one, a matcha ice cream. Don't judge me. As I said in the last video, when you're out in nature doing walking, you can eat what you want. It's all good. Anyway, we're going to get that matcha ice cream, walk to that grassy field over there, and bust out the skateboard for the first time. Yeah, very exciting. And all of the deer have come out now. Hello. I'm not really as scared of them as I was before, because they have very their nature is very calm. You can feel their energy, you know. It's all good. They're pretty chill. Hello. That being said, I don't really love it when they get that close to me. Some PTSD, you know, from the last robbery. And here they are once again, just trying to steal my stuff. Stop it, guys. There's nothing there for you. I'm sorry. Anyway, we're gonna get this ice cream and make our way to the field. There are 3 of them now. I don't know what to do. Look, bro, there's nothing there. They definitely are feisty. I had to pull my bag away from them because they wouldn't stop. Well, one of them wouldn't stop trying to eat the portable charger that's in the side pocket, and the buckle got caught there. So I was trying to pull it for about 20 seconds. Anyway, we're getting the ice cream now. Let's do this. 100, 200, 300, 400. Uji machi. Okay, it's that simple. Ice cream number 2. Let's go. Okay, so as you can probably see, the majority of the deer are over there, and there are loads of them, honestly. Oh my god, over there as well, there are so many. There are probably about 254 deer here. That's my guess. So we're going to be antisocial and go over to this this tree. I kind of want to go there, but I've just realized it's right next to the road. Maybe just over here. There seem to be fewer deer over here. And hello. Ah, yes, so cute. Konnichiwa. Yoroshiku. Watashi wa Dylan desu. Anata no namae wa nan desu ka? Ooh, okay. So, alright, we're just gonna go and sit on this bench. Okay, so this is it. The whole reason we filmed this video. This skateboard. You ready? Okay. Let me just get the tripod. There we have it. I'm pretty happy with that, to be honest with you. As I say, I haven't skated in 13 years. That was literally the first time, so yeah, pretty good. Landed some tricks. At the end, I did kind of twist my ankle a bit, which is the reminder that I'm an old man and, you know, I shouldn't be doing this stuff, but who cares, right? This is why the Tuesday newsletter is late, by the way, if you're wondering why it took so long this week. That's why, because I just spent a half an hour skating in Nara Deer Park. No regrets. Let's go to that. I don't even know. I'm too busy thinking about skating. Okay, so we're finally going to the pavilion bit. The thing I wanted to show you in the first place. but like a naughty boy, I was too busy skateboarding to actually do my work. I'm sorry. But this way we do have it all to ourselves because everyone else has gone home because it's nearly dark. So I guess every cloud has a silver lining. That's a nice British idiom for you right there. Okay, so yeah, here we have it. Beautiful. You can just about see the sun setting there. All you need to do is enjoy. So I came here about 2 years ago, and I remember there was some turtles down there. There was a baby turtle, and there we have it. That's the money shot. And there was also a couple having their wedding photos taken there. And more importantly, I had an Instagram photo taken here. But here we are, this gazebo thing with the moon there. I just skated like a bloody, I don't even know what's, nothing skated as well as I just skated then. And here we have it. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, it's getting a bit late. Time to go home. I'll probably try and get a thumbnail here. And I'll take you on a bit of a walk back to the station. And it's home time. The deer are still out. I wonder where the deer sleep at night. They're just perpetually outside. They must sleep somewhere there. Okay, it's thumbnail time. It's going to look something like this. But better. Okay, so the thumbnail will be something like that. But I film these videos on my phone, right? And the iPhone camera is very good until it starts getting a bit dark. Then it becomes very bad. Like, this is so grainy, especially on the front camera as well. But to be honest with you, even the back camera isn't great when it's dark. I went to some really cool place in Argentina. It was like an underground museum, abandoned mansion type thing, and I did a tour there with the sole purpose of recording a video. And I had to spend, I think it was like £25, which is very expensive for an Argentinian half-an-hour tour. And I didn't even want to do the tour. I just wanted to film. So I did it. I waited for about an hour. Thankfully, it was me and one other person on the tour, who was a nice Taiwanese man, because I was just filming the whole thing. Then I checked it afterwards, and because it was underground and it was quite dark, the footage was terrible. It was awful. So yeah, that was when I realized how rubbish the iPhone camera is as soon as it starts getting a bit dark outside or inside, as was the case there. Ooh, right. We might wrap the video up here. Thank you so much for watching. I post new videos every single Friday, well, most Fridays. If it's not on a Friday, it's on a Saturday or a Sunday. I'm still sweaty from the skateboarding. Well, send a newsletter every single Tuesday. You know what? I'll do a proper outro in a minute. But yeah, here we are. If I've missed anything, then we'll go back to future Dylan for that one. Thank you for watching. Mwah. Love. Love indeed. So thank you so much for watching. I think that past Dylan did a pretty good job out to the outro, but let's just recap. All of the vocabulary will be included in a completely free PDF, and the link to that is in the top comment. When you sign up to that, you will also be added to my incredible weekly Tuesday newsletter, so you know, it's a win-win. And of course, this was a bit more of a relaxed, chilled lesson, but if you are serious about becoming truly fluent in all areas of British English with me, I spent all of last year creating an incredible online program teaching you everything you need to know to become truly fluent in British English. So the link to that is in the top comment. It comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee. And if you join now, I will also add you to my private, exclusive online community. Here you will get instant access to me as well as weekly live Q&A calls with me and other members of the community. It's a lot of fun. Right, before I leave you, I am going to put a video on the screen, and this is basically the first time I went to Nara Deer Park. It's where I was actually robbed by the deer. So if you're interested, you can check that out. It's a British accent shadowing exercise. Right, thanks again so much for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe and comment down below, and I'll see you again next Friday for another episode. Cheers.